but
A new Black Ops 6 live-action trailer dropped today, and contained within it, as well as the full reveal of the cover art for Black Ops 6, there are so many Easter eggs, including a brand new Easter egg reference to Richtofen inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies, and a potential first look at the real-life location for the Zombies map in Black Ops 6. Diving straight into things today, we got an incredible live-action trailer that we'll break down later. Following this, Call of Duty released a full 4K version of the artwork in high resolution, and there are so many Easter eggs on this artwork that it is quite frankly insane that there is so much. Now, of course, you've seen the thumbnail, and we need to talk about the fact that there is a Zombies Easter egg within the artwork for the game. If we zoom in over here, just to the left of the Black Ops logo, we can see that there is so many little Easter eggs within each of these boxes. We have codename Sally, which we're going to talk about in a moment. We have Jackal, POW, which I assume stands for Prisoner of War, and then next to that, PRJ-JNS. Now, there is nothing else
if the Zombies is good, then I'll play it.
Than this being a abbreviation for the words Project Janus, which, if you aren't aware, Project Janus was teased to us at the end of Black Ops Cold War Zombies as a secret project that
I did not play Cold Wars.
Who is now known
I played
as
Black
Eddie,
Ops
or the
was the
director,
last one I played, but Black Ops 2 is actually the last good one.
Completion of a top secret project that's only known as Project Janus. Within the Cold War zombie storyline, later into his adulthood, Richtofen would join the CIA under the Directorate of Science and Technology's Office of Extraregular Activities, where he became an associate deputy director. CIA approved Richtofen to create a new office under the Directorate of Science and Technology with NATO representation, which was called the Office of Requiem. But what the Requiem members and us, the players, did not realize is that Richtofen had ulterior motives when he created Requiem. The only thing he cared about was the completion of Project Janus, which manipulated both Requiem and Omega in order to help him achieve this. Final moments in seeing this plan was that he stated in a memo that Maxis, now locked away in the Dark Ether, was no longer a problem for Project Janus, and he ordered the strike team to be sent to Black Site 13 for indefinite containment before shutting down Requiem. Looking up the definition of what Janus means in Roman mythology.
If they somehow bring back the old cast of Zombies, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain. I know Richtofen's in, but I don't, if they bring back like Tank Dempsey and Nikolai and the other one I don't know how to pronounce. I don't want to attempt to pronounce because I know I'll mispronounce it. If they bring back those characters in some way, I feel like that'll be pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure like that storyline ended, so I don't know the actual story now for like Cold War, but I missed the old cast.
Janus was the god of doors, gateways, and transitions, potentially linking to a bridge between both the ending and beginning of creation itself, as well as a direct link between the Ether and the Dark Ether. In fact, this is referenced on the front
at DraftKings Casino.
I'm not trying to show this advertisement.
We give credit where credit is due.
Cover of Black Ops 6 tells me that this is going to be a very important story beat within the game. So important, in fact, it needs to be on the front cover, which is very exciting. But it doesn't end there, because there is very likely the actual real-life Zombies map location in the top left of the artwork. If we zoom into the top left of the artwork, we can see the outlines of a real-life map for an area called the Potomac River. Now, bear in mind, they would not put this on the cover if it was not relevant to the game. Diving in, this is a river that flows from West Virginia into Maryland. Pay attention here, because this is so important. But the final thing we know from the end of Cold War Zombies is there is an intel document of the director planning some sort of test site in West Virginia. And in the recent Modern Warfare Zombies season, there is a secret radio from Sergeant Miller who's talking to Ravenov about an incident that happened many years ago during her childhood in West Virginia, where she grew up, in a town called Liberty Falls. Now, why would Call of Duty have a river in West Virginia on the actual official artwork if it wasn't directly tied to Liberty Falls that's been teased to us as a zombies map location that we're going to see in Black Ops 6 Zombies? It all ties together absolutely perfectly. Diving deep into the details we know of this potential zombies map, given the fact we have a map location, is that there is a test site being built in West Virginia by Eddie Richtofen, and in a message from the Secretary Executive Office, which is just below the president, they're giving details on what is going on in this West Virginia location, where there is some sort of cover story to get all of the locals evacuated so that they can begin their work. And they informed them that there was a nuclear power plant that had experienced a tower failure and was leaking. Now, what is crazy is that there was actually a real life event that happened called the Willow Island disaster, where a cooling tower by a nuclear power plant in West Virginia collapsed, and Treyarch could be using that as a real life reference point for this part of the zombie storyline. There's also a chance that this wasn't inspired by the Willow Island power plant, but it could be the 3 Mile Island accident, which was a partial nuclear meltdown in Londonderry Township near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in 1979. Now, it's worth reiterating again that these are potentially just historical reference points that Treyarch has used for the storyline rather than them being symmetrically connected. But I'm thinking this could be more related to the Willow Island disaster just because that was in West Virginia. If we go further down in this intel, it mentions about there being construction of some sort of wall. There is also the mention of 5,000 tons of steel that's going to be delivered next week, assuming it's part of that wall. This is absolutely bonkers, whatever Richtofen is planning here. Then we get some more specific mentions saying we're still dealing with a shortage of boring machines on the East Coast, which is surprising as we are in coal country, which gives us a bit of a reference point that wherever this is in West Virginia with this tower failure and nuclear power plant is running on coal. If we go back to the Willow Island disaster, that tower was part of a power station called Pleasance Power Station, and it's a 1.3 gigawatt coal power plant. So that relates again exactly to what this intel was giving us. Then a little later, it mentions about there being a tunnel network and impacting the build schedule. So we know that there is some sort of secret tunnel. Then says, I'm seeing what we can do to acquire machines from the Midwest, with Milwaukee and Indianapolis still owing us a favor. Now, there has been the mother of all connections made to this real life power plant that we just spoke about, and the location of that power plant in real life, as in West Virginia. If you look at where it is on a map and then look just slightly to the right, you can see that there is an area called Green Run. That's right. That's actually real. Green Run. And we all know that that is the name of transit. This was first discovered by Mr. Waffle Waffles, going down the biggest rabbit hole of all time. So big shout out to him. But I'm here to prove that this isn't in any way some sort of teaser to this map being transit, being set in transit, or being a transit remake. As much as I wish that to be the case. But if we zoom out of where this power station is, we're actually going to zoom into where the river is from the key art for Black Ops 6, because that's of course the location we've been given. And as you can see, it is really far away, extremely far away, so far that I don't think that the connection between the power station and Green Run is at all relevant to what we're talking about as a location, because that's just so far away from the actual location. It seems more of a case that Treyarch are basing the zombies map in West Virginia, and they're taking elements of real life history to craft what's going to happen in the zombie storyline, specifically at this point
watching
in time,
all the
in the 1990s. So the historical
zombies,
events
Easter
that
eggs,
seem to be tied to real
YouTubers
life
I
could be
used to
just
watch back in the
reference
days.
points that Treyarch has used.
MrDalekJD,
It is extremely strange
Mr.
when
Waffles.
discussing all of this that within the
I used to
weapon
watch
files of
Noah
Black Ops
JD.
6, as leakers have been able to find that for months
Noah
and
J
months within
456.
the files of
I used to watch.
MW3. When it comes to weapons for zombies, only two
Like,
have been found.
all
One is
the
the
Easter eggs
ray
and all
gun,
that.
and the
On FanDuel Casino, you can play Casino Floor Classics right on your
is the jet gun, and it's specifically ZM_jet gun. And there is no way on earth that Treyarch would bring a weapon into Black Ops 6 Zombies and call it the jet gun and it not be the jet gun from Black Ops 2's Transit. So I still don't think this is enough evidence to say that there is going to be a Transit remake in this game. There could be a spiritual successor Transit where fundamental ideas of a massive open map with multiple sections for you to go through and experience like Transit could be a possibility. But at the moment, I just don't think there's enough evidence from this for this to be connected to Transit, just because a IRL power station is near a road called Green Run. But if this all turns out to actually be part of a Transit remake or remaster for Black Ops 6, then I will be damned. Massive fair play to Milo for even finding that connection to begin with. Now, we could just all be extremely reaching here, and this mention of the river has nothing to do with zombies. But if we connect Project Janus earlier, which is 100% connected to zombies, and we know that Richtofen has a plan with that Project Janus, and it involves its location being in West Virginia, and we have a West Virginia location.
I used to solve Easter eggs for pastime. Like, I would just like like I would do the play the zombies Easter eggs, like go so far in it, but then if someone talks the trash to me, and then, when I'm in the middle of doing it, I was literally just like, you know that I'm not sure if anyone remembers that one map, but I think it was not from Call of Duty Black Ops, but it was a different zombies. The one who had the one vampire, one character with a giant crab thing. There was this one person who talked trash. I was talk trash to me when I was in the middle of solving the Easter eggs for them, solving the Easter egg for them. So I just wasted the time. I pretty much just wasted the time. I was just playing it and I had no intention of actually winning it, but I would just go and fall in the Easter egg and just waste the time. And I left them and kicked them out of them. I kicked them out of the out of the party, and then they wanted to. He kept trying to invite me to the party to probably talk trash or try to do something, but they couldn't. I didn't do it oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Given to us on the artwork. I mean, you can put all of this together and it just makes so.
It was after I've already beaten it once, I used that skin too. The skin you actually unlock, you had to put some code at the beginning of it. I think it was Alvera or something like that.
So much sense. That is just scratching the surface on the zombies Easter egg references that we have within the artwork and the live action trailer.
I knew how to solve the whole Easter egg too, the whole thing from the beginning to the end, but you wanted that two people, that one person wanted to talk trash, so I just wasted their time.
Trailer, as we have so many more Easter eggs to dive into. So let's start with everything that's within the live action trailer. The action trailer today was incredible. We see presidents, prime ministers, major military personnel, all in real live action, and it's absolutely incredible. We start off with Bill Clinton. It then switches to Colin Powell, who was a major figure in the US military at the time of the Gulf War. Then we have Margaret Thatcher, who was the UK prime minister during the 90s. George H.W. Bush, who was the US president at the time. And one of the craziest inclusions is Saddam Hussein, the Iraq prime minister throughout the 90s into the 2000s, and was the one who started the Gulf War. This has to be one of the coolest live action trailers that Call of Duty has done in so many years. The trailer ends with us getting a full look at the official key artwork for Black Ops 6, where we can see the soldier in all of his glory. Now, throughout the trailer, there was a few secret pop-ups that you would have missed. The first being a set of coordinates, which if we put that into Google Images, gives us the location of Saddam Hussein's palace. Now, we knew about this already because of the thumbnail that Call of Duty had set for the premiere, as it included those coordinates with the image of him, but the fact that we have Saddam Hussein's palace confirmed as a location inside of Black Ops 6 shows that it is highly likely that we are actually going to be playing within the palace. Maybe we're going to see it within the campaign, maybe even as a multiplayer map. And the reason why that is a potential is that all the way back in 2022, there was a leaked loading screen from Black Ops 6 multiplayer, showcased artwork on the walls that matched the insides of Saddam Hussein's palace. So the fact Call of Duty are even going there is absolutely incredible. Another secret frame in the trailer is The Truth Lies, but it's kind of sideways and almost like as if it's a piece of film that's been put on top of the film, which I think is such a cool touch. There's also a frame where we see the word Rook.
Well, I haven't played Call of Duty since like
not too sure what that could be a reference to. I of course got vibes of Pawn Takes Pawn and the idea of chess, and you're a rook. Maybe we're a rook within a massive game of chess. And then we get a frame that shows Sally with a bunch of tally marks, 8 of them in total, which is really interesting because that is a match 1-to-1 of the amount of tally marks that was on the original Black Ops box art from back in 2010. It also ties in with the fact that we have codename Sally on the cover art of the game as well. And according to Killer Stidge, he's been able to find a correlation between Sally and something to do within the 9/11 National Commission on terror attacks upon the United States. Now, there has been a lot of rumor and speculation if we will see 9/11 within Black Ops 6, and I don't think that we will, but it sounds like we're going to be getting everything up until that moment, narrative-wise, which includes everything to do with the Gulf War and then the very beginnings of the Iraq War. Now, if all of that was not exciting enough, Call of Duty did an oopsie and accidentally revealed Russell Adler to be 100% confirmed for Black Ops 6, as they used a thumbnail for the reveal trailer for Black Ops 6 instead of the live action one on their website, and we can see in all his glory there is Russell Adler. So it's confirmed that he did not die after the end of season 6 for Black Ops Cold War, and that the canon ending from the campaign is where Bell obviously dies, not Russell Adler. Crazy amount of stuff to talk about in this video just from a short trailer as well as the box art reveal. I love what Activision have done marketing wise for Black Ops 6 so far, because we're still a week and a bit away from the game's reveal and we already have so much to talk about and speculate. Let me know what you guys think down.
Dang, we're only a week away from the actual reveal. Basically a week away from the actual reveal. I just remembered that my Lego Fortnite XP wasn't